Some indecision, some uncertainty as to what Joe Hockey is proposing. What is he proposing as far as you understand it?
Well, as I understand it, he's proposing to give a free vote to the party, which I think is not the right way to go. The party's got to have a formal position that reflects our values.
But a free vote in terms of deferring the legislation, a free vote on the legislation itself, what have you been told?
A free vote in relation to the ETS legislation, which as I said, I don't think is a good position to be. We've got to stand for something very strong, and the ETS is not something that's in the interest of our country.
I've been told this morning by one of your colleagues that Joe Hockey will win and that the margin's about 12 votes. Does that sound about right to you? Is Tony Abbott the underdog this morning?
I would contest that it's 12 votes. I think it's going to be very close, but I think that what's important is that after this we all get together and realise that in the interest of the country we've got to move on.
So if it is a conscience vote and you don't win, Nick Minchin doesn't win, those who oppose the ETS don't get what they want, will you pull your heads in this time?
Look, it's not about pulling our heads in, it's about doing what we think was right in the interests of our electorates and the country. And for me, reflecting the values that I think the Liberal Party stands for of lower taxes is the way to go.
So I'll word it differently. Will you continue to undermine the leader, the new leader, if you don't get what you want?
No, this is not about undermining. I've never undermined Malcolm. I think he's a substantial figure. I want to say that very publicly. I have enormous respect for him. He has a position that I admire him taking very strongly, but I don't share that view.
Well, you say you haven't, but others have. Are you confident that those who oppose the ETS will stop the undermining, regardless of today's result? Those who support the ETS or oppose it, regardless of the result, that you actually can put the divisions behind you? Because it's been quite remarkable, some say unprecedented.
Well, we don't want to get into a situation where the pot calls the kettle black. This is a situation that is unfortunate for the country, unfortunate for the Liberal Party, unfortunate for the opposition. We don't want a democratic dictatorship in this country. We've got to have strong opposition that puts that holds the government accountable. If we don't have that, it's not in the interest of the country. So all of us have got to come together and go forward after this.
Michael Johnston, I know you've got to get into that party room. Appreciate your time. Thank you. David, as we've been chatting, Michael and I, I've seen a number of MPs walking through. Michael Ronaldson, one of the key Turnbull backers, and others. It seems, though, that Malcolm Turnbull, while he was defiant and fighting the fight to the end, he's unlikely to have the numbers today. But as we've been saying right throughout, very, very hard to predict given this situation has been so chaotic over the last week or so.
Yes, and look, that's what I'm hearing as well from party sources. Perhaps not the 12-vote margin that your sources mentioned, Kieran, but a narrower victory, but a victory nonetheless for Joe Hockey today. Graham Morris, this position of Joe Hockey, though, on the ETS is going to be clearly critical for a lot of MPs. This is as much a vote on the policy as it is on the leadership.